Good morning and welcome to Mornings with Luann and Tim on TV. How are you this morning? Wellness Wednesday.
I'm well on Wednesday.
Awesome.
Yes.
Good to hear. Good to hear. Somebody who isn't well?
No.
Boy, this is big, big news. An actor who was in Empire.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
this story. Go.
Jussie Smollett, I believe is how you say his name.
Okay, I haven't seen. Have you watched the show?
No.
Me neither. I don't
No.
know anything about the show. I just know that he plays.
It's hugely popular, I know.
It's called what, the show?
Empire.
Empire,
Yeah.
right, okay.
So he's one of the stars. He went to, after he landed from a flight from New York and Chicago, he went to grab some food at a place and was beat up, accosted, and people said that they heard the people, I think there were 3 of them, saying this is MAGA country, Make America Great Again country, while they were hitting him. And then they hit him and they poured something over him. They now believe that it was bleach. And before they left, they put a noose around his neck. And during the whole thing, he's a black actor who has just come out as a homosexual. And they were racist, homophobic slurs and yeah.
Yeah, they called him, I believe they said, aren't you that... they used the N-word and they called him a faggot or a fag from that TV show. It's Empire, I believe, it's an African-American cast.
It is, yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. It's about a record company, and if you watch it, you obviously, yeah. Huge, huge show. What a shame in this day and age. So after they left, he brought himself to the hospital to be taken care of.
I think he said they had their faces covered too, didn't he? I thought he said they had their faces covered.
Wow, there's a courageous person, right? 2 other people along for the ride. Everybody's got their face covered. Let's gang up on somebody who's different from us.
It's been turned over to the FBI.
But let's make America great again.
It's been turned over to the FBI.
Yes. It's huge. It's a hate crime.
It's a hate crime. Bleach and a noose.
A noose. For goodness sake, are we back there? My gosh, I don't understand it. And I say, honestly, I said this to Jim last night when I saw the story, Mr. Donald Trump is not helping this situation. He's creating a divide in that country, and he is silently endorsing hatred. In my opinion.
She speaks for me.
Right? It's just like these people. Shame on them. Shame, shame, shame on them.
You want to see some conservative heads explode? Wait till they hear about the new... Hey, I learned a new word today. Honorific.
Honorific?
Yeah, that's what you like, Mr., Mrs., Ms. Those are called honorifics.
Oh, cool.
Honor somebody
so
when you address them.
So it's your title.
It is, and there's an honorific now for non-binary people and non-binary teachers. Now, non-binary, for those of you who don't know what that means, male, female, binary. I am male, you are female, right? That's sort of, so gender.
Right. Okay. Identity.
Right. So if you don't identify as strictly one or the other, binary, right?
Right.
So non-binary, I am neither, I don't identify as one of those 2 distinct categories.
So you identify as
something
a
else.
human being.
Exactly. And so we have Mr., we have Mrs., we have Miss, we got Ms. in the 70s, if you remember, right? But there's nothing really that is not gender specific for people who are non-binary. So I guess 1977, all the way back in 1977, in Single Parent Magazine, there was an honorific MX. As opposed to MS for Ms. Or
MS.
MR for Mr. MX. Pronounced mix.
Pronounced mix.
Mix.
Okay.
And that is, so I would be Mix Murphy.
Mix Murphy. Mix McMurphy.
Rather than Mr. or Mrs. or Miss. And so non-binary teachers are finding this honorific very useful in the classroom.
Ah, they are.
And you'd be surprised at how many there are. This was an NBC article I was reading, and there are stories from all over Canada and the US, teachers who are using mix as their honorific.
Now, is that, do you think, always a sexual identity issue?
Not sexual.
Or is...
Can't be sexual.
But you know what I mean? Like, I don't...
Because sex has nothing to do with gender.
Okay, so gender... sensitive. So is this a person who is just saying that they want everybody to be treated the same, or that they are not a male or a female? Do you know what I mean?
If I called you Mr. all the time, would that not make you go, I'm not a Mr.?
Yeah.
That's what it is for them. If I call somebody a Ms. or a Mrs., and that's not how they identify or how they feel, it's jarring, and it just doesn't. It's like you'd be forever saying, I'll let you get away with that because whatever, I'm not worth standing up for.
Right.
And this is an issue that they're having. They're saying that, now by the way, Merriam-Webster added mix to their unabridged dictionary in 2016 and to their online dictionary in 2017.
Wow,
I'd never heard of any, neither had I, Lou.
Isn't that awesome?
So anyway, these teachers are really using it, and the kids are having no issues. Apparently the students are okay with it, because when you tell a young child,
you teach them properly,
mix, to the point where I guess one of the classes had a spare teacher come in, supply teacher, substitute, and that person, a teacher, was not using the mixed honorific pronoun for, and the they them pronouns for the teacher that they were replacing, and it was really bugging the kids. Really? So when the teacher came back to the classroom after being absent, she sort of asked, or he, whatever, they asked, I guess they asked, how did things go with the supply teacher? And the kid said, no, not well. That supply teacher wouldn't call you by your pronouns and wouldn't call you by mix, and it really bugged the kids.
Wow. They
said the biggest challenge, this is coming from the trans teachers or the non-binary teachers, is that it's their colleagues. They're being called aggressive. Oh, why are you being so aggressive? Why are you making me call you something that I don't like to call you? So you see, this is all, once again, this is just like, you're asking too much of me. You're asking too much of me to respect you.
That's kind of along the same vein as,
because I don't understand why you want to be called that. It doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't feel right to me. So, you know what? It's not about you.
So it's kind of along the same vein as somebody who, you know, the gay pride parade.
Yeah.
There's always somebody every single year that talks about, you know what? There's never a heterosexual parade. Why is there a gay pride parade? And why do they have to be half naked? And why, and why, and why?
They're not always half naked.
But that, you know,
it's fun when they are, frankly.
You hear people say that though, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. Why do you have to have a gay? Why don't have a straight pride parade?
So it's all that boisterous.
Yeah, well, you know what? When was the last time you got beaten up, dumped with bleach, and put a noose around your neck for being gay? I mean, for being straight, rather. Anyway.
No, he's gay.
He's gay, but I mean, but no, people don't do that to straight people. No, you don't get beat up for being straight.
No, you just get beat up just because people are hateful.
Yeah. No. So, and also because there are still countries in the world where being gay is illegal, and I mean, there's a big thing right now about Iran. There's a controversy. They're trying to change that, and people are still being put to death, and they want to end that. So, I mean, we are a global planet, and education and awareness is for everybody, not just living in the little city that you live in. By the way, it is Bell Let's Talk Day. Speaking of mental health.
Speaking of mental health.
It's Bell Let's Talk Day.
I love this. This is such a great campaign. This is so awesome.
Basically, it's about breaking down the stigma of mental health issues, and just opening up a dialogue. But it's also, Bell is also using this as an opportunity to raise some money. Now, I did not know this part of it. Last year, for this campaign, and because of things that the communities did, the fundraising, the taking advantage of what the offers that Bell puts out there to raise money, they raised $6,919,199.75 for mental health.
Isn't that awesome?
In addition to what and this is how you do it. On Twitter today, use hashtag Bell Let's Talk. Every time you use hashtag Bell Let's Talk in a tweet, 5 cents will go towards mental health initiatives.
So easy to do. You're always on there
anyway. Doesn't cost you anything. This is all coming out of Bell's pocket. Facebook, there's a Bell Let's Talk Facebook frame, or go to Facebook and watch their video. 5 cents will go to mental health initiatives. Snapchat, use the Bell Let's Talk filter or watch their video on Snapchat. 5 cents will go to mental health initiatives. If you are a Bell customer, anytime you text today, Bell will automatically donate 5 cents to mental health. Same thing if you are a Bell customer and
even if you don't use the hashtag?
Just by sending a text. So just text it up, folks. 5 cents per text today goes to mental health. Anytime you use your phone, if you're a Bell customer, any phone call on your mobile phone, any long distance call you make, 5 cents will go to
That's phenomenal.
And today I'll be at Algoma University along with a bunch of other people at the Speakeasy from 3:30 to 4:30. Come by, you get a free toque for showing up, a free Bell Let's Talk toque.
Bring me one of those, okay?
Okay, hon.
I'd love that.
And we'll just be talking, it's just going to be some great stories from people who, once again, break down those barriers, break down the stigma, talk about shared experiences.
And it's so important for young people. I mean, it's important for everyone to feel like there is no stigmas, to feel that they can actually speak about their things.
And it's been, we know for a fact, suicide rates go down, self-harm rates go down when people are allowed to get things off their chest and share their emotions. They just want someone to talk to.
Yeah.
So if you want to come and talk, we'll see you at Algoma University at the Speakeasy at 3:30 today. Bell Let's Talk Day.
That sounds awesome. What's on the show today?
Oh, lots. So
Wellness Wednesday.
It is Wellness Wednesday. Some really fun stuff today too. So great for mental health. We'll be back after this. In the studio with me is the star of that music video, Carly Luukonen. Hi, Carly.
Hi.
So, Carly, when did we meet? You were little.
Like 7.
That's how young you were?
I think. I'm pretty sure it was pretty young.
Was that, so was it, did I first meet you when you, at the dance recitals, is that right? Or was it for a show?
I believe it was for The King and I, actually.
The King and I? Oh my gosh. When you were one of the
younger kids for, like one of the kids for the king.
For the king, one of the princesses.
I guess you could say.
Wow, but you when you came to audition for that, did you have any stage experience other than dance before that? Have you been in shows at school or anything?
There was one show that I did, but we were like away for a trip, and it was like for the little kids. They were doing the Lion King, and I was like, oh, I really like that. Mom, can I do that? And I got to be a little cheetah.
When did you start dancing? How old were you?
I want to say 7, 8, like around that.
Oh, okay. I thought you were one of those kids that started. I'm looking at her mother off camera, Christina. I thought you started one of those kids that started way young, but you came in like, if 7 and 8 is still young, but a lot of these kids start dancing at 3.
Yeah. As soon as they're like able to, they started like little kinder combo or experience like certain little dance workshops and even get them in where their parents are sitting in with them.
Where you studied where?
Studio dance arts.
Studio dance arts, so with Richard Kim.
Yeah, that's where I started.
And which styles of dance did you study?
Started off with just ballet. I just wanted to do ballet, and then one of the other teachers was like, "Oh no, she should come do the jazz class as well. Like she'd enjoy that too." So I ended up getting into that, and then I went into hip hop, and then I started getting into tap, and then we got introduced to lyrical, and it just.
When did you start doing all your acro stuff though? Because you do what do you call that?
Tumbling.
Tumbling, yeah, tumbling. But you can do aerial cartwheels, round off back handsprings. Like you fly.
I did gymnastics prior to doing dance.
Ah, see there now. There's the final piece of the puzzle. All right, so. Any sports for you in your life?
I did basketball for a little while in elementary school, but that kind of slowed down a little bit after with dance, and then it was affecting my like physical.
Oh, the knees and stuff.
The knees and I started getting flat feet as well, so it was getting hard.
For basketball, gave you flat feet?
Well, that was from gymnastics, but it's like doing the turning and stuff, trying to pivot around. It just was hurting everything.
Okay, so. Now you're in dance, and then you audition for the show, and now you're on stage in The King and I, and then all of a sudden you start thinking, hey, maybe I could sing too. Is that kind of how it happened once you got? Because you never really considered yourself a singer, I don't think, at first, did you?
No, but I did like singing a lot.
You always liked singing, but you never knew that you could really sing. until you tried. And then you found out that you could sing. That must have been pretty exciting to realize, hey, wait a minute, I can do this too?
Yeah.
Okay, so that led to then you getting some bigger roles in the shows. I know when we did the Christmas Carol.
Christmas Carol, yeah. I think that was one of my first major roles.
You were the ghost of Christmas Future.
Yes.
Yeah, so you had to sing, and then of course you had a big dance solo too. So now, okay, so now you're becoming a triple threat. Singing, acting, dancing. Here's a picture that I loved you in Greece. You played Rizzo. There you are with Mitchell Doherty. Right. How many? Did you do a lot of musicals at Cora?
I didn't end up doing any of like the main roles because the one year we were going to do Into the Woods, but we didn't end up actually doing that. We did other ones. We did other ones. Right. So I ended up just doing like the dancing for Cinderella. Aladdin, I wasn't able to because of actual dance.
That's always tricky, isn't it? Because you go away for recitals and competitions, and all that kind of competitions take you down to the States, or down to Southern Ontario, and you focus a lot on that because that's what dance schools like. Where are you? That's not you. Shush up! Come on.
That was the National Ballet of Canada had come down for auditions.
You were so young. I forgot you that young. Okay, so now you get to go from now I want to know the difference about what it's like to work on stage and then going into working in video. How did you first of all get that part in Jonah, Nathan Bullion, but I call it Jonah Bullion. The music video he did for the group is called
Audio Smile.
Audio Smile.
Yeah.
How did that all happen?
I wanted to do some background acting. Mom had found me some. It was for Glow, Giant Little Ones.
Oh, that happened here. That was shot here.
So I was doing background acting, and it was actually super early in the morning, and I was sitting on the couch just talking to my friend, and Jonah had come up to me, and he had said, hey, I'm shooting like a music video, and he like gave me his information and stuff and told me to contact him.
You were headhunted. So you had done, I didn't realize you had done some background stuff too. So what do you see as the difference between stage and working in media like film or video?
With doing film, it's a lot easier almost. You feel less stress because you can take it you want to take it as little times as possible, but you can take it as many times until it's perfect.
Right.
But doing it on stage, you have to go through hours of practice to get it perfect because you really only get one shot on stage.
One shot on that night.
You can't stop on stage, be like, sorry, I messed up, walk off and try to redo it.
No, right. Now, do you find it a little more the time, I feel like when you're working in film, it seems like a lot of hurry up and wait. Do you find that while they're setting up shots and stuff?
Yeah. Or if you're not, for background acting, I'm not sure how it is for a lead role, but for background acting, there's a lot of waiting and them telling you when you have to come on, or if they're doing like singular shots with the actors, there can be a lot of waiting. For continuity reasons, it could be like, we're doing it from a different angle, but you need to stay there in case you're in the shot.
Right, because they do the shot from all different angles and stuff, and they do different camera moves and different lighting moves as well sometimes for the shots, right? What about the acting part of it? So now, for the character in the video, did you give yourself a name? Did you do any of that stuff in your head?
Not really.
Not really.
He kind of gave me the gist of like what was going to be happening with the video itself, what the concept was and everything, and kind of just took it from there.
And then you have a co-star?
Judah.
Okay, so you and Judah, did you sit down and talk at all about the roles you were playing and how it was going to play out, or did you just sort of launch into it? And
at first, I wasn't shooting with him. I was doing my own shots by myself, and he was in another room because they were doing shots later on. But like Jonah would explain it to us, like what it was going to be like, and then me and Judah would kind of be like, okay, do you want to go like this, and like just kind of figured it out as we went.
So really a big part of how you got involved in all of this stuff was just going out there and discovering what you liked, and then just doing your best to find opportunities to use your talents, right?
Yeah.
So if you're somebody sitting at home right now and they want to get involved in theater or video or whatever, what would you say as a young person who's doing this, who's in the middle of, is this something you want to do for a career, Carly? Have you decided yet, or are you thinking about it? Or?
I've always wanted to go into acting, and I still really want to.
But I hear a but coming.
But over the years, I've heard people say it's really hard to get into.
It
like
85% unemployment rate with Canadian actors.
It's hard to get into because a lot of things are done also in America, or it's like bigger areas in Toronto. But then you've got so much competition. So I've always wanted to do it, but it's kind of like keep pursuing it, but always have like a backup plan.
That's very sensible. You must be very proud to hear that, mother over there. So if you're somebody in Sault Ste. Marie, a young person in Sault Ste. Marie, and you're looking to get involved, what would you suggest that they do?
Go out for anything you can, even if you don't get like the lead role or anything. You just even get background actor or supporting character, even if it's not a major role, take it, because it can lead to other things. Right,
and also just the experience itself. The socialization aspect of it, you make new friends, you meet different people.
You meet a lot of people that you can connect really well with.
You can connect with, you can networking, right? So now at this point, here you are, just turned 17, happy birthday yesterday, by the way. And you're gonna head out into the world from little old Sault Ste. Marie with a resume like this. Stage, dance, singing, and now acting and film. Carly, I wish you the very best.
Thank you.
I hear there's some more films coming to Sault Ste. Marie, so maybe we'll see you on one of those films.
Maybe, just background actor.
You never know, Carly.
You never know,
you never know. I'm really proud of you, actually. Yeah, and you are an example of a young lady who manages to balance her life very well. This is also very important for young people to realize. You got to keep up your schoolwork. You got to keep up your family life. You got to have responsibilities. Plus, it's a huge commitment when you get involved in these things. Yeah. So good for you for keeping that balance in your life. And good for your parents for supporting you through all of this, too. It helps a lot, doesn't it?
It definitely does.
Thanks for being here. I'll keep watching for you on stage and on screen. Carly Luukonen, ladies and gentlemen, and we'll be back with Luann after this short break. January the 30th.
I know, and it's so warm out. It's only -20 today.
But and this isn't going to change, Luann. You weren't kidding. You said that the other day. They keep saying, okay, the high will be -16 during the day, -24 at night.
Yeah. It doesn't change a lot from overnight. It's going to stay consistent.
This is on
the colder side.
And there's
until the weekend.
And there's Donald Trump saying we sure could use more of that global warming.
And what a goof.
And the people in Australia are saying it's 120 degrees in Brisbane.
Yeah.
And so somebody said they wish they could explain to Donald Trump that what's happened is this polar vortex has been pushed off the North Pole because of the heat coming up from the other side of the planet.
It's coming down towards us.
So global warming is pushing this polar vortex towards us. Nobody's cluing into this. It is all this extreme weather.
Storm in the season so far across all of the USA, and Mr. Trump says, "Gee, I wish there was more signs of global warming."
This is what it all is.
People are stuck in their cars. They're walking. Transit's shut down. Businesses are shut down, and he's making a smart aleck remark about
smart aleck.
I was going to say something else.
Oh, okay, you did well with smart aleck.
I did. I almost wanted to say the other one. Maybe. Do you know who Bret Michaels is?
Is he a wrestler?
No, he's a singer, but he looks like a wrestler. Long blonde hair, handsome guy.
Country?
No, rock, and he wears like a handkerchief.
A bandana.
A lot, like all the time. Anyway,
I think he was on a show once.
His daughter.
I know him.
Isn't he handsome?
Well, he can be. I think that's a good picture of him.
Yeah, he can look pretty harsh.
Wasn't he on The Celebrity Apprentice?
Yeah,
he was.
Yeah, he was. He can look pretty nasty.
What happened to him?
His daughter is thrilled because she just made the top 6 swimsuit models for Sports Illustrated.
Oh,
you should see this daughter. Oh my word!
How long did she have?
She's got not a thing going for her.
How long there she is.
She's beautiful.
There's a lot of beautiful people in the world.
Yes, there is. Yeah, none of them are here, but there are some out there.
So she was born with great looks, and she's going to be a swimsuit model, and then...
Yeah, and it's hard to be a model. You have to, like,
I know, it's...
you can't eat ever.
That...
There's no red wine in the
But wait a minute, we're talking
diet.
about, that's what we're talking about, that needs to change. Didn't we talk about that? The fact that they need to have, you know?
Absolutely. But I mean, for her...
Swimsuit model.
She probably eats like a potato chip.
Throw the girl a crouton, she needs some lunch. Okay. I mean, once again, though, then you're talking. What do you think about this? The swimsuit model editions and all that stuff? I don't know. Sending some messages out to.
Oh, absolutely, totally. Victoria's Secret Angel.
Yeah.
Parade or whatever.
I get nervous. I get nervous about the pressure that it puts on young people to look a certain way or be a certain way.
Absolutely.
That they're not happy with themselves just because that's the standard they hold themselves up to. Like you.
And not just young people, man. I've been carrying the load for like 12 years.
Because you reference like the Kardashians and stuff and the good-looking and people our age who are. But they always say they have personal trainers, they have dietitians, they have people. Their job is to be at the gym working out.
They have money for plastic surgery. You cannot tell me the Kardashians' butts are real, by the way, because mother Kris Jenner does not have a butt like that, and their father did not have a butt like that either. Do not tell me that those are not fake butts.
Don't tell her that.
Don't tell me that.
When you tell me, I want you to tell me something.
I'm going to tell you something.
Tell me the news.
Is coming up next on Mornings with Luann and Tim. Thanks for hanging out. Welcome back to Mornings with Luann and Tim. He's Tim.
I am. And I don't know if you know this about me, Luann. Well, you do know that I have a thirst for knowledge.
Yes.
But you probably don't know is that I'm a paleontologist at heart. I like to study the history of the world and old things. And so I was looking on Twitter and I found out about some animals that we don't probably realize that have been around a long time. Okay, look at this. Have you seen the sandhill crane?
No.
That's a sandhill crane. I've seen sandhill cranes.
I think I saw him out in Echo Bay.
Okay, well, guess what? You know how long those birds have been around?
No.
10 million years.
What? Looking good. Nice eye patches there.
Sandhill crane. Okay, show me the next one. Now that's a crocodile. You know how long crocodiles have been around, Luann?
Oh, I know. Alligator?
Alligator, crocodile.
What is it, Michael?
That's not a Komodo dragon, is it? I have a different. Well, I meant to show you a crocodile. I'm not a good. I never thought I was a good paleontologist.
Well, no, apparently you don't.
Okay, well, crocodiles have been around for 200 million years. Show me the next one. 200 million years, crocodiles.
Holy
200
moly.
million. That's a Komodo dragon for real, for sure.
What?
40 million years Komodo dragons have been on the planet. 40 million years.
That's an ugly thing.
Next. Platypus. 100,000 years.
He's looking like he's a little, I don't know, worn out.
And you know what I didn't know? Polar bears. Polar bears, Luann, have been on this planet but bears have been around, like the bear genes have been around for millions. Polar bears, 130,000 years.
That's why he has white hair.
And then look at this dinosaur. This one's been around since before television.
You can't even put eye patches on that and make it look better. You just can't.
See, you didn't believe it. I told you that I like old things.
He likes old things.
I like
Thank
to
goodness
study
for
old
me.
things.
Yeah, it's just look at all the crinkles and the wrinkles.
Thanks for being a good sport.
No problem. That was hilarious. That was very cute. You know what? If you're looking for something new,
as opposed to old.
Yeah, Justin Bieber is launching a new fashion line.
Oh, come on.
It's called Drew.
Not Droop?
Drew.
Because everything he wears is droopy.
Well, his big byline on all of his advertising is that you can look good and be comfortable at the same time. It's called Drew. So all of his fashions will have the word Drew written on them or a happy face.
How does he spell Drew?
D-R-E-W.
Okay, they look like they just came out of a concentration camp.
Don't they look like they could be on
Wait, he says you can be
Walking
comfortable.
Dead?
He says you can be comfortable. They don't look, they look miserable.
Maybe that's why they're comfortable. They look like Walking Dead zombies, though.
They
don't
do.
A little bit.
So are those the, what do you call them, believers?
Yes.
Yeah.
They're believers, all right. And he's going to call them Drew, D-R-E-W, because that's his middle name.
I didn't. Okay, now I understand.
And you know what?
No.
Poor guy. Like,
poor.
He must need the money, right? Because he's like, so they go from $48
for one of those burlap sacks
to $148. So for $48, I think you can get a bobby pin. For $148, you can get one of those tunic style apparements.
Or you could go to a feed store, cut a hole in a bag, put your arms through, write Drew on it somewhere and say, it's a Bieber original.
And if you can't afford that, use a green garbage bag. Same thing.
Well, that's the outerwear.
Oh, that's the outerwear. That's all-weather terrain.
It is so. Coming up after this break, one of my favorite guests, Galen Coleman, is here. Galen is the owner-operator of Amore for Your Pleasure, and it's always a fun time talking to Galen.
Always.
She's always got something going on in the community.
And she's always bringing treats, too.
Yes, she has candies that are shaped like interesting things. And we've been sucking on them since the last break. Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned for Amore for Your Pleasure after this brief commercial message. Hi, sorry. This is Galen Coleman from Amore for Your Pleasure. 2 locations. Cora Road and Trunk. How's it going at the new location, Trunk Road?
Fantastic.
Yeah? You're getting good business, eh?
Getting good feedback, getting good business. It's really picking up. So
so people. Do people come into the store and still get surprised at the fact that there's so much more to Amore for Your Pleasure than just what you think of like a sex shop?
Yes, they are. I mean, it's
pleasantly
kind of
surprised,
fun.
I'm sure.
Yes, it's fun to watch them because they do. They walk in, they go, oh, wow! I didn't know you had this much.
Right.
Yeah, we do. You know.
So, because really, it's all about. We call this Wellness Wednesday, and I always say that healthy sexuality. Okay, Jane Fonda, for instance. Somebody asked Jane. She looks amazing. She's 80-something, 3, I think now.
Yeah.
And no plastic surgery. Yes, she's had plastic surgery. But somebody asked her once what the secret was to her looking so youthful. Of course, she had the Jane Fonda workout video.
Yes.
So she said a healthy lifestyle is about 30%.
Yep.
She said about 30% is good genes. She said just my family, age as well. She said about 30% was a great sex life and 10% was an amazing plastic surgeon. But she actually said her sex life kept her young.
Yep.
And so you got to remember that there's a huge, I mean, we are animals.
Yep. Right.
And so,
some older than others.
Yes, but it's important to have fun, to keep it creative, especially when you've been in a relationship for a while.
Yes, there's never a bad time as long as you have communication, and that's one of the biggest things we push. Talk to each other. I'm not denying sometimes it's a little frightening to have to open up the lines of communication. Sometimes it's a little nerve-wracking to tell your partner you want to try something new, because even though you've been with them for a year, you've been with them for 15 years, you've been with them for 44 years, you need to talk. You need to try new things.
It's a vulnerability thing. I think people sometimes are afraid to say what they're thinking or feeling, so they're going to get judged.
Yes.
I don't want to say this because my partner might think that I'm whatever, you know.
Yeah, even after all this time.
After all this time, and
are they going to think I'm weird?
This is the one person you should be able to share your innermost thoughts with.
Yes.
And fantasies too, right?
Yes, very much so.
But now, just for somebody who's looking for maybe not to get into that aspect of their relationship, but just to come by the store for gift ideas.
We've got a lot of those. Definitely have a lot
Cute,
of
fun, kitschy things.
Yep, exactly. Like these, for example. These are my favorite. We have our little bells.
Are they keychains?
Yeah, these ones are little keychain bells.
What's this one say?
That one's just so adorable.
Ring for a hug.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll put this one by Luann's desk because Otherwise, no one likes to touch her. But if she rings, maybe they'll give her a hug.
Yes.
Oh, that one's for me. Look at this one.
There we go. So we've got the ring for coffee.
Ring for coffee.
Yes.
These are cute little gifty ideas.
Exactly,
you know?
and they're $6. And then we have them in Table Bell, and of course there's other ones that I didn't bring on the show.
Is it sex bells?
Yeah, there's some. Yeah.
Ring for a thing?
Ring for a thing. Yeah. It kind of matches what's back there for candy.
Oh, yeah, the candies were, yeah, they were finger-licking good. Valentine's is coming up. That's got to be a big time for the store.
It's like a second Christmas for us. It really is. It's wonderful. Yeah.
So you brought some ideas for couples?
I did. I went a little more couple orientated. I mean, hey, Valentine's Day could be for anybody, obviously. But for example, some fun flavored lubes, a frosted cupcake and salted caramel.
Frosted cupcake lubricant and salted caramel. Salted caramel. How are you feeling today? I'm feeling a little bit bittersweet.
A little salty.
Oh, that's a little salty.
A little salty
like
and
a little, like wow.
This company's fantastic.
Can I open this?
Yeah, of course. Okay. Trig Labs makes the wet lubes. We carry their full line. They're fantastic.
What do you mean wet lubes? Are they dry lubes?
No, I hope not. Well, if you buy certain brands,
can I smell it?
You should be able to. They might be sealed.
This is the. Oh, that's the frosted cupcake.
It actually tastes really good because they make another one called Unicorn Spit. It's actually an iridescent bottle. It has a cute little unicorn on it. It's better than the bacon flavored one.
Oh
yeah.
Oh, no, they don't make a bacon flavored.
The bottle is hilarious because it's called Boink and Oink, and it has a little pig with these huge eyes on it. Speaking of kitschy gifts, that's one of the top sellers.
Is it really?
Oh yeah, as a gag gift.
Funny.
Yeah.
You know, frosted cupcake. If somebody wants to frost my cupcakes for Valentine's Day, that'd be fine. What's this one?
So these are cute. These are massage oils, Liquid Loves.
Warming massage lotion.
And of course, they're all flavored. We have.
Wait.
Yeah.
Those massage oils are edible, like?
Yes, they are.
Okay, all kinds of ideas coming into my head.
There's a little word of caution with these ones and a really funny story. So we had somebody come in and they were looking exactly that. They were looking for something fun, something new. So, you know, they were talking about massage oils and different things that they could get into. So we sold them on this, and when you blow on it, it heats up.
Lightly blow on skin to heat things up even more.
So he's on the bed, she's rubbing his back and gently blowing, and he's going, oh, okay, that feels nice. Oh, okay, stop blowing, it's getting a little hot. Oh, okay, no. And she goes, I'm not doing anything. And he goes, no, seriously. He goes, stop blowing, it's really hot. The ceiling fan was on. So this couple came back in the next day howling hysterically and said, we have a warning for your customers. So if you're really angry, turn on the air conditioner, turn on the ceiling fan, and coat your partner in that. If you like them, please turn the ceiling fan off.
Whoa!
Yeah.
A touch, a lick, a blow. It's all you need to light up your lover's liquid love. Oh my goodness.
I know, the wording on it's wonderful.
It is. Oh, yeah. Hemp seed. Hey, you gave me some hemp lotion.
Yes.
I'm actually wearing it on my face right now, moisturizer. It's gorgeous.
Isn't it
smells
wonderful?
Great. What is this stuff? Tell me.
So this one is a nice combo pack. So you're getting their water-based lube.
Yeah.
You're getting their edible massage oil.
Yeah.
Now, when I say edible, because it is all natural oils, you know, it's got your aloe, your jojoba, or jojoba, jojoba. I don't know. Jojoba sounds kind of funny. Jojoba. You do taste the strawberry, but because it's naturally strawberry flavored, you do get that oily taste too. Of course. So, and then there's the candle
You're not going to
version.
drink it out of the bottle or put it in your coffee.
Well, we don't judge, but hey, whatever. Salted caramel, coffee flavor, I don't know, whatever. Yeah. And then of course there's the fun candle, which we talked about before Christmas, right? Where you melt it and it forms your oil, and you pour it on your skin.
Yeah, it's the wax actually.
Well, no wax.
No, it's an oil.
Oils, exactly.
So it becomes an oil. You can pour the warm oil on your skin from the candle.
And then the love button, which is a warming arousal balm. So,
my gosh.
Yeah, so fun little kit. This, and then there's our favorite Chunga company. They're the ones that are Canadian.
Shunga.
Exactly.
Erotic art.
The Japanese. Yes.
Japanese. They know all about it, don't they?
And that's a couple's.
Kama Sutra. Was that Japan?
Yeah, Kama Sutra is.
There's some more of their stuff. And show us the little fashion you've brought.
So just a couple of little pieces,
they sell things for every size.
We do. I mean, this is a cute little bra and garter skirt set. I mean, how cute is that?
This little,
isn't that wonderful?
Wait, what's this?
Well, apparently
it's an eye patch.
Exactly.
This one comes with an eye patch. That's so clever.
But isn't that cute? So see, I mean, that's a 2X. I mean, how do you not feel beautiful in that or this?
Oh, my goodness. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's Amore for your pleasure. Head on down to see Galen and her staff. They are fabulous. They're going to keep you entertained and...
especially on February 8th.
Why? What's that?
We are having an in-house fashion show to promote Valentine's Day. So come on in, free of charge, open to the public, at the West End location.
Okay.
So, yep, 331 Cora Road.
What time?
7:30 the show starts. 7:30-ish.
Are you serving you a little mimosas again?
We sure are. So, yeah.
Strawberries again?
We might have strawberries. You never know.
She does it up right. She's a great party, and check out the fashions. And all right, we'll be back with Luann to say goodbye right after this. Thanks, Galen.
Thank you.
Okay, so listen, Bonsu, in case you didn't know this, oh, look, Luann, you look lovely. You're dressing yourself up in red and white. Yes, because it's the Downtown Association's decorating contest. Red and white, make it bright for Bonsu. You have one day to decorate your house or business or your own stuff in red and white for Bonsu colors, and then register online, events at bonsu.on.ca, and you can get judged and win a prize for doing Bonsu decor.
Some of these look like they might hurt you. After a long day, I'm saying.
Hey, Luann, tomorrow, it's Bum Slide Thursday.
Bum Slide Thursday.
We'll see you tomorrow on Mornings with Luann and Tim. Have a great Wednesday.